Hey good people, this is Craig. Welcome to Qigong class. This is a Qigong practice presented by Turbo. Again, my name is Craig. For those who are new to this class, this practice, and wondering what it's about, this is a Qigong class. Qigong is an ancient Chinese practice, been practiced for thousands of years. It involves gentle movements, moving the body with the breath. Involves some stretching, involves visualization. It's a moving meditation. It's a way to release stress and take time to listen and take care of ourselves. So thanks for joining. Whenever you're joining, you could be watching this live. Thank you for watching and participating. You could be watching, hey Beth, you could be watching this at another time because this will be replayed and will be able to be accessed at later time. So thank you again. Appreciate this. I'll start class in just a moment. Just want to let people know that this is a 60-minute class. Actually, let's say 55 minutes. It's going to end at 7 p.m. for those who are catching this live. And key thing is that this is a class for you to take care of yourself. Qigong is a healing practice. It means to cultivate and work with your energy. And in order to do that, you need to be listening to yourself, taking care of yourself, being comfortable. So even though I'll be doing this as a standing practice, you can modify this and do this as a seated practice or even laying down. I'll make sure to give you cues on all the movements, and if you have any questions for those who are catching this live, feel free to provide any feedback or questions. I'll work on making sure I get to those. So thanks again. I'll start this class in just a moment. It's going to add some more light. There we go. And we will begin this class in one moment. My apologies if you hear any background noise. I am in an apartment complex, so my apologies. But you know ahead of time what's going on. And just to give you a quick rundown of what will happen for this class, we're going to begin this practice with what we call alignment of three treasures, just a way to orient, to ground, to check in with our body, the breath, and the mind. Those are three treasures. That takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we will move into the introductory movements. For those who are new, these are the movements that are seen in every class. It's based on actually five movements, selected by my instructor, and that will take about 20 minutes. And then the second half of class, we're going to move into some flowing movements, some stretching, even some isometrics. So thanks again for participating. And the key thing is to know that this is your practice. Modify it. You don't have to keep up with me or do exactly what I'm doing. We all have different body types. We all have different histories and capacities. Take care of yourself. So we're going to start in just one moment. And what I'd like to have you do is just notice your environment. Notice where you're at. Looking up, looking to your left side, and in this practice I'll be mirroring you, so when I say left side, I mean this side. So when I say right side, it's your right. So looking down, noticing your feet and how they connect to the ground. Notice how you are supported by the ground. We'll check back in with the feet. Just taking time to just notice your environment and also making sure you have space to move. We'll be doing some movement. So you have an arm's length, distance around, upwards. We'll definitely be reaching up to the side, circling around. This practice will consist of movements that involve all of that. So let's begin. Align with three treasures, and we're going to start with the body. So let's check back in with the feet, noticing how they connect to the ground. Feet are flat on the ground. Feet can be pointed forward, noticing how that feels for you. Now let's go ahead and align the rest of the body. You can check in with your knees. Knees are nice and soft. If you like, you can lock and gently unlock the knees. Let's check in with the pelvis area. Tailbone, sacrum is tucked underneath the spine, so the pubic bone is tilted up. You can check in with the chest. Chest is open. Arms are relaxed and dangling down by the side. And if you'd like, what I usually do is take an opportunity, some time to do some exercises to stretch and release tension in the neck and shoulders. I'm going to do shoulder shrugs. I'll do 3 of those, and neck rotations. You can follow along or do your own exercises. I'm going to start with the shoulder shrugs right now. If you like, you can inhale and shrug your shoulders up to your neck. Feel that tension. Exhale, release that tension, allow your shoulders to drop. You can let out a sigh. Let's do that 2 more times at your own pace. Let's do that 1 more at a time. Inhale. Alright, I'm going to take some time to do some neck rotations. I'm going to do 2 rotations in one direction, then I'll reverse that and do 2 rotations in the other. So I'll drop my chin to the chest. Then I'll circle the nose to the left, and then over to the right. If you fall along, just be kind of gentle through that neck. We're going to reverse the movement. When you're all set to spin the head back over the spine, just noticing how you feel right now. And we're going to finish aligning the body. Let's check in with the head. Let's just imagine that there is a string coming down from the sky, the ceiling, connecting to the top of your head that pulls you upright. Yet you are relaxed at the same time. Let's check in with the eyes. Eyes can be soft, at a half gaze, whatever allows you to do this practice in a comfortable state. If you know some of the moves I'm doing, you can even do this practice with your eyes closed. Check in with the mouth. Do what feels comfortable. Mouth can be in the form of a smile. That helps release good chemicals in the body. Another suggestion is having the tongue connect to the roof of the mouth and the tip of the tongue touching the back of the T1 teeth. Alright, now that we have aligned the body, let's move into aligning the breath. In this Qigong practice, we like to do what is called Dantian breathing, but it's also known as belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. And as an example, I'll bring the left hand to the abdomen. So breathing on the inhale as you take a deep breath. As you feel the lungs fill with air, abdomen expands. As you exhale, as the lungs empty, abdomen softens. Belly breathing, Dantian breathing, just helps us shift into a state of relaxation and calm. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. But the key thing is to breathe the way that you want to breathe, whatever allows you to feel comfortable. So listen to yourself. Other suggestions, again, these are just suggestions, is when you are breathing through your nose is preferable, but if you're congested, breathing through your mouth is okay. And lastly, there are several movements where we are exhaling and syncing the body with the breath. So when we're doing those movements and then we're exhaling, see if you can extend and elongate the exhale. Alright, lastly, we're going to align the mind. let's set an intention for this practice to just be here. We've been thinking about a lot. There's a lot going on these days. So let's use this as an opportunity to take a vacation away from thinking and just to be in the present. There's different ways to just engage and anchor yourself into the present, or at least come back to it. You can notice your surroundings, notice your environment, or if you're able and you feel comfortable, turning inwards, noticing sensations happening inside of yourself, whether it's your heartbeat or your breath, your energy. Or you can just follow along to my voice. I'll try to check back in and give you cues to notice what's happening now. And one gesture that we can do is to bring up the left hand representing the past, bringing up the right hand representing the future, and we're going to bring both hands close together but not touching. We're just going to notice what's happening between the hands. No worries, you don't feel anything, just bring our attention there. And we're going to set an intention to be here, because the space in between the hands, the past, and the future represent the present. So that's what we would like to be, that's where we have our power, that's what we can affect now. So now we're just going to allow our hands to float down, and we're going to begin this practice with full body breathing. So again, with your arms relaxed down by your side, we're going to begin the practice by inhaling, hands up towards the sky. Going to exhale the hands down by the side. We start the movement. Inhale, hands up in front of the body. Exhale, hands down by the side. Noticing how that feels, modifying the movement for yourself. And notice what you feel as you have the hands flowing through the air. And see how it feels to extend that exhale. Let's do one more repetition in this direction. So inhale the hands back up towards the sky. Exhale the hands down by the sides. And now we're going to reverse the movement. So we're going to inhale the hands up by the sides. Going to exhale the hands down in front of the body. And noticing how that change in direction feels for you. And noticing if there's any tension throughout your body, seeing if you can soften or release that tension. Noticing what you feel in your fingertips, and no worries, you don't feel anything. Just another way to anchor into the present moment. Let's do one more repetition. Exhale, hands down from the body. And we're going to transition to the next movement. And we'll do so. Let's pick up the sleeve. By bringing the hands in front of the waist, the dantian. Palms are turned up, fingers pointed towards other, a little space in between, a few inches. And we're going to begin this movement, this next gesture. We're going to inhale, hands up to heart height. Once the hands reach the heart, turning the palms over and exhaling, allowing the hands to flow back down. Noticing how that feels for you. So inhale, hands back up. Filling the lungs with air, exhaling. Allowing the hands to flow back down. Again, modify the movement for yourself, going at your own pace and rhythm. We're going to do this movement one more time, then we'll transition to the next gesture. So inhale, hands back up to the heart. Exhale, the hands back down to the waist. And the way we'll transition is we'll inhale the hands up to the heart one more time. We're going to bring our hands together, palms turned towards the fingers pointing up. And just imagine that you're holding a ball between your hands. Just notice how that feels. Or notice what you would feel. And how you connect with that. Let's transition to the next move. We're going to extend our hands out from the body, slight bend the elbows. This is a heart opening gesture. Let's begin. We're going to inhale. Hands spread apart, opening up the chest, looking up. And then exhale. Head is centered. Bring the hands back close together but not touching. Restarting the movement. Inhale, open up. Look up. Arms apart. Exhale. Bring the hands back close together, looking forward. Arms are flowing. Hands are trailing the arms. We're going to do this gesture 2 more times. Have 1 more repetition. When you're in your final repetition, just noticing how it feels to bring the hands back close together but not touching, and coming back to that concept of holding a ball between 2 hands and connecting with that. And now let's take an opportunity to play, connect with the ball. Or maybe you just want to move your hands however you'd like to move them. Whatever works for you in this moment. Just take this time to just move in a way that would feel good for you. Express yourself. So that movement could involve rotating your arms like I'm doing right now. Could also involve pulsing. And noticing what you feel. No worries, you don't feel anything. Or you could just be moving your arms through space. What would serve you right now? And we're just going to turn our hands to the starting position of the arms extended out in front of the chest, palms facing each other. Slight bend in the elbows. Again, just connecting that concept holding. Now we're going to transition to the next gesture. We're going to turn our palms so they're facing towards us. We're going to inhale. Draw the hands in towards the chest. Exhale, allow the hands to trace over the torso. We're just going to allow the hands to draw down. Then we're going to circle the palms around. Circle them around. We're going to now inhale, the hands up to shoulder height. Turning the palms over. Exhale, allow the hands to float down. Turn the palms back up. Inhale. Flipping the palms over, exhale, allow the hands to flow down. Hands can float past the midpoint of the body. And noticing how that feels. And there are several variations for this particular gesture. I'll just go through a couple of them. I'll do rising and sinking, and shifting weight forward and backwards on the bottom. So let's start with sinking on the exhale. As the hands go down, if you like, you can do some sinking, slight bend in the knees and the hips. Inhale, rise back up. So as your hands slow down, slight sink down. As your hands float up, rise back up. And notice if you feel anything in your hands, in your feet. And we can move into another variation. So we'll make that transition. You can end rising and sinking. We'll just do a regular inhale, the hands up. Exhale, the hands floating down. And we'll do shifting the weight on the bottom of the feet. So on the inhale, we're going to shift the weight to the front of the foot while keeping the feet planted. Exhale, shifting the weight to the heels. Feet stay planted. So inhale, shifting the weight to the toes, ball of each foot. Exhale, shifting back, weight is in the heels. Of course, my camera is on an angle for you to see my feet, my apologies. And again, these variations are just suggestions. Feel what feels good for you. I have one more variation for you. That involves bringing the feet together. So next time we inhale the hands up, we're going to bring the left foot to the right foot. Exhale, left foot steps away from right. Back to shoulder width stance. Inhale, right foot to left foot. Exhale, right steps away from left. Again, back to shoulder width stance. continue to alternate. And if you want, you can incorporate some of the other variations into this movement. So on the exhale, as the hands go down, you can sink down. Inhale, rise back up. If you'd like to make this a balance practice, we can lift the leg up on the inhale, or just coast. Another option is to just bring the feet together, but again, having most of the weight in one leg, while the other leg is pretty empty. We'll do this gesture 2 more times, a pass for each leg. This will be my final repetition. And just allow your hands to just lower and flow down. Arms are relaxed by the side. Just noticing how you feel right now. Taking that opportunity to check in, to listen to yourself, to notice how you feel, what you're feeling. Or if that's too much, just again, noticing what's happening in your environment. You can just take time to look around. Checking in with the ground. And again, noticing that you're supported. And we're going to transition into shaking. So we can start off gently for those who are new, or if you already know what you would like to do, you can jump into shaking. But I'll just start wiggling the fingers, shaking the fingers. Then move that into the arms. Let that move into the torso, into the head, the legs, the knees, the heels, the feet. Here we go. Shaking can be anything that feels good for you, just a way of vibrating, moving around. It can be light, it can be intense, you can jump up and down, you can hop from side to side. What would feel good for you right now? And for those who are new to this practice, what we also like to do during shaking is something called blithering breaths. I'll say that a little bit slower. Blithering breaths, and that's just an opportunity to release stress through the mouth, vocally, audibly, and it could involve yawning, just letting out a sound that feels good. We're going to do 5. So to follow along, all we have to do is, when I say inhale, take a deep breath, fill your lungs with air, and on the exhale, let out a sound that feels good for you. Or again, a sigh, a yawn. So let's begin. Ready? We'll do 5. Inhale. Here we go. We're going to do 4 more. Let's move on to the next one. Inhale. Let's move to that third one. Let's begin. Inhale. Let's move on to the second to last one. Inhale. All right, one more to go. Let's do it. Inhale. All right, we've been shaking for a while. Let's gonna stop this shaking practice. So we're just gonna move our arms around, we can follow along. That feels good. Let's bring our hands out, reaching out to the side. Let's see how that feels. And let's bring our hands overhead. Let's bring our hands out in front of the body. Let's bring our hands behind the body. And if it feels good, bending, getting close to the ground. And we got about 20 seconds left to go. So whatever you like to do, you like to do that high vibration shaking, or just beginning to slow down. What would serve you? I'm going to begin to slow down myself. So slowing down, shaking, vibrating, bouncing. We can end that shaking practice. If you're able to, you can come to stillness. But if that is uncomfortable, then the option is just swaying. So a slight sway from side to side would work too. Or if you're able to come to stillness, just noticing that. And if you're able to turn inwards, noticing what you feel. Do you notice sensations, energy? Noticing your breath and your heartbeat, if you're comfortable listening to yourself in that way. An alternative is just, again, noticing your environment. Sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. What do you sense? Again, this is an opportunity to listen to yourself, to take care of yourself. Qigong is a healing practice. We're working with our energy. In order to work with our energy, we need to listen to it, to be with it. If you like, you can bring your hands to your body. I'm going to bring the left hand to the abdomen, the right hand to the heart, or the middle, or lower down to the end. Just noticing. We're going to begin transitioning to the second half of our practice. Time is moving along. Have another set of exercises ready for you. Let's do another gesture that's really good for releasing energy. And it's called pendulum swing arms. So it's going to want to take a slight bend at the hips. So your chest is leaning forward, your arms are hanging down. What you want to do is begin to shift weight from to your right side to your left side. So your arms are swinging and the core is leading the movement. And you can widen your stance past shoulder or hip width. And just notice it. Okay. Hands flow through the air, shifting weight from one side to another. And your torso just turns to follow the arms. Do this for a few more seconds. Good, again, slowing down, returning to the center, and just bring yourself back upright and smooth. How you feel? It's another way to move through energy. And we're going to move into another gesture. We're actually going to do this gesture to move some energy, but to take in some energy too. So we're just going to imagine that our hands are shovels. So we're going to let our arms relax. We're going to have our palms facing away, turning outwards. We're going to imagine that they're shovels, they're scoops. We're going to just slightly bend down, scoop, hands, inhale and up. Turn up facing out, round to lower, inhale, exhale. And you just imagine scooping energy into yourself. If you have stress, so your hands go down, just releasing that stress. We're going to do this 5 more times. 3, 2, 1. Noticing how that feels. Maybe we're moving some energy. So let's take some time to do a stretch, or at least a Qigong gesture with some stretch. So we're going to do supporting the heavens with some side bends. So we're going to start this movement. Arms relaxed down on the side. We're going to interlock the fingers, turn the palms up. We're going to inhale, hands up in front of the body. We're going to flip the palms. We're going to press up. One, you can stretch, press up. Exhale, release. Allow the hands to flow down. And we're going to start that movement again. Interlock the fingers. Inhale the hands, palms facing up. Flip the palms. Make it towards space. Press up. You can stretch. Up. Exhale. Release. Allow the hands to flow down. Circle around. If you like, you can add some sinking as the hands flow down. We're going to do this movement one more time, and then we're going to incorporate some side bends. So now we're going to incorporate some side bends in the movement. So we won't separate the hands when the hands make it overhead. Move the side bend. So we're going to inhale, hands up. We're going to stretch up. You can exhale, really stretch out. If you want, you can rise up onto your toes and stretch. See how that feels. Let's inhale. Allow the hands to just draw down. And exhale. We're going to side bend towards the left side. Feeling the stretch on the right side of the body. Now we're going to bring the hands back to center. Going to stretch towards the right side, feeling the stretch in the left side of the body. Bringing the hands back to the center. And now we will allow them to release. Do that one more time. I'll name out the breathing pattern. So interlock the fingers. Inhale the hands up. Press the palms up. Exhale, press out, up. Stretch. Inhale, release the stretch. Exhale, stretch towards the left. Inhale, return the hands back to the center. Exhale, stretch to the right. Inhale, return the hands back to center. Exhale, release. Allow the hands to float down. And just noticing how that feels. We're going to move into some isometrics. So we're just going to imagine that we're just pressing an object that's either above us, in front of us, to the side of us, down. We're going to be using this as a way to set boundaries, protect ourselves, to express that energy. Here's how we'll do it. We'll start, palms facing up. We're going to inhale, hands up in front of the torso. And we're going to start with the hands facing out. And we're going to inhale, press the hands out. Imagine that you're just pushing walls away and out from yourself. And inhale, turn the palms in, draw the hands back into yourself. We're going to now turn the palms away from the chest. Exhale, press out in front, pushing a wall away from us. Inhale, drawing the hands back in. Now we're going to press up. Exhale. Inhale, draw the hands back into the center. Lastly, we're going to imagine that we're just pressing down. Exhale. Feel that force, that strength, that power in your hands pressing down the way. Inhale. Drawing the hands back in. So we're going to do that sequence one more time. Let's begin. Inhale. Exhale, press out. Draw the hands back in. Relax. Press out in front of us. So inhale. Exhale, press that wall away. Inhale, relax. Draw the hands back in. Now we're going to press up. Exhale, hands out, up. Inhale, draw the hands back towards center. We're going to finish this practice by exhaling and pressing down. Inhale. Drawing the hands back up to center. Now we're just going to exhale, press the hands out, circle around. Noticing how that feels. Alright, we're going to move into our next gesture called bringing in the chi. So, with our palms slightly turned up, we're going to inhale. Draw the hands up to both shoulder height. Hands out. Continue to inhale. Draw the hands from the chest. Exhale, turn the palms towards ourselves, bringing in energy towards our abdomen, our dantian. And we're going to restart this movement. So inhale. Hands rise up to shoulder height. Inhale. Bring hands from the chest. Exhale. Bring energy towards yourself, towards the dantian, lower abdomen. We're going to do this 3 more times. Go at your own pace and speed. Inhale. And we have 1 more repetition to go. Inhale. All right. We're going to transition to the next gesture. This is calm at the center. The full name has been known as calm at the center of the star. This is a gesture from the 7 precious gestures from Dr. Roger Junk. So we're going to begin. We're going to bring our hands to the waist, above the hips. If you'd like, you can make a slightly soft fist. What we're going to do, we're going to bring out our left hand, extend it out in front of the body, slightly to the right side. Palm is facing toward yourself. What we're going to do is keep the feet flat on the ground, turn at the waist, and we're going to follow the hand until it's behind. Again, and we're going to return, turning at the waist, bring the hand back to the front. We're going to imagine to reach out and grab energy, bring it in. That hand returns to the waist. And now we're going to do the same with the other hand. Try it out. Right hand out. Diagonally across. A little bit on the left side, palms facing. And now we're going to turn at the waist, watching the palm. And turn and distance it, whatever feels comfortable. And then you're going to draw the hand back to the front. And reach out. Grab that good energy. And we're going to continue to alternate. And the breathing pattern is natural. Just bring your attention to that palm. We'll do 2 more repetitions, 1 more pass for each hand. So again, the hand draws up, palm facing toward yourself, turn at the waist. This will be my final repetition. And we can allow the hands to flow down, relax, just notice. Got a few more gestures before we close this class. Thanks again for those who are participating. Always appreciate you sharing your energy, sharing your practice. Again, noticing what you feel, noticing how you feel. That's the key thing. What's working for you? Taking this opportunity to listen to yourself, to take care of yourself, to observe what is working, allows you to be here, allows you to shift, but allows you to feel present. So let's transition to the next exercise. It's called opening chest. So with the arms relaxed down by the side, we're going to inhale, hands up, shoulder height. Continue to inhale, hands open, out to the side. Now we're going to exhale, reverse that movement, bring the hands back to the center. Exhale, allow the hands to flow down. So let's restart that movement. Inhale, hands up, shoulder height. Inhale, hands open up, out. Exhale, release, relax, bring hands back to the center. Continue to exhale, release the hands down. So let's do 4 more repetitions at your own pace and speed. Now 1 more repetition. And noticing how you feel, noticing how that flow felt. You can take this time as an opportunity to do some deep breaths and some sighs on the exhale. Let's do 3. So you'd like, you can bring your hands one over the other. I have the left hand over the right hand on the abdomen. You can take this opportunity to, again, deep breaths, sigh on the exhale. It's a great way to release stress, reset the nervous system, connect with our energy. So let's go. When I say inhale, taking that deep breath on the exhale, let out a sigh. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. One more. Inhale. All right. Time for a few more gestures. Let's begin. Let's move into a gesture called clear the mind. So, we will bring the hands to the dantian, one hand stacked to the other. So I'll start with the right hand, then bring the left hand stacked over the right hand. And what we'll do, we're going to inhale the left hand up, finger turns toward ourselves, pinky finger turned toward ourselves, inhale the hand up. slightly above the head, and then exhale, turn the palm out. Allow the hand to draw down. This hand will now circle and come underneath the right hand. And the right hand will draw up. Pinky turn toward ourselves. Watch the tips of the fingertips. Reach overhead, exhale. Turn the palm away. Draw the hand down. Bring the hand underneath the left. And alternate the movement. Inhale the hand up. Exhale the hand out. Draw the hand down. And see how it feels to extend that exhale. Inhale. Draw up the right hand. Exhale. If you like, you can add some rising and sinking. Sinking on the exhale, rising on the inhale. Inhale. Exhale. And sink. Inhale. Let's do 2 more repetitions, 1 more pass for each hand. Let's bring both the hands back over the lower abdomen, dantian. You can interlace or interlock thumbs and just noticing what you feel. We're going to begin closing the class. We're going to we're going to transition to clearance. So we're just going to allow the hands to flow off. With the palms turned up, we're going to inhale, circle the hands up towards the sky. We're going to bring in the left foot next to the right foot. As the hands come up overhead, we're going to turn the palms so they turn towards ourselves and exhale the hands down from the body. Use this opportunity to take in whatever you need from the class. What do you need right now? Compassion, love, strength, energy, support. Let's do 2 more clearing movements without moving the legs. So inhale, palms turn up, circle the hands up and around. Exhale. Draw the hands down from the body. Turn the palms towards yourself. And again, what do you need? Taking in that good energy for yourself from this practice. Let's do this 1 more time. Inhale, palms up. Last time with the hands flowing down towards yourself. Exhale. What do you notice? What do you feel? What would feel good for you right now? Take that in. And to fully close this practice, this time I will not be mirroring you. So I'm going to bring up my own right hand and form a soft fist. And this is going to represent yang energy. the energy of the sun, the daytime, the universe, the cosmos, and so much more. And I'm going to bring up my left hand, palm facing up. And this is going to represent yin energy. And yin energy is the energy of the earth, the moon, relaxation, ground. And let's bring these two together to the center, left over right. And let's just take this opportunity to bow to ourselves for engaging in this healing energy self-care practice. I want to thank you for participating, allowing me to facilitate this practice. I hope that it served you. And I always want to thank Toivo, Darren Drum, Valley Qigong, and all the people who have supported me in this place so I can share and hopefully help people connect with their energy, with healing, with themselves. Thank you again. Till next time, take care of yourself, keep listening to yourself, live well and be well.